this match, how it's going to evolve, how both teams are going to match up. But one thing is for certain, we're in for a treat because the atmosphere inside this stadium, starting from 11 o'clock this morning on our way here to the stadium, it is just absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, we got the tram here in the sunshine here in Cologne. It was absolutely rammed with Switzerland fans who were all off to the fan zone. They got up halfway on the tram towards the stadium. We were thinking, hang on, lads, stay on a little bit longer. But no, they were going off to their own party. But Hungary are here in numbers as well. And this is what is so fascinating because Switzerland have the bigger tournament pedigree. They have qualified for the knockout stages of the last 5 major tournaments across the World Cups and Euros. The only other side in Europe to do that has been France. But Hungary have built real momentum over the past few years. 2 wins over England in the Nations League, including that 4-0 humbling for England at Molineux. They beat in Germany as well, and they ended a long unbeaten run. 14 games they've gone unbeaten in their penultimate friendly before this tournament against the Republic of Ireland. It seems unfair even to call them dark horses because anybody who's been paying attention to Hungary over the last few years knows that they have the potential to do something at this tournament.
Absolutely, they do have the tools in place and the experiences in the bank to go and do something quite special this tournament, but perhaps the label of dark horses comes from the magnitude and the quality of the other nations in this competition. England, France, Germany, Portugal, they're all big teams. So this Hungarian team, no fear attached to them.
So it will be Hungary, it looks like, to get us underway for the second match in Group A. And of course, this is a huge encounter. These sides with Germany sweeping Scotland aside yesterday. They're the out-and-out leaders of this group. This could be crucial when it comes to finishing second, but it also could give Scotland hope. If there's a draw here, it leaves the group, other than Germany stretching away at the top, wide open in terms of getting through, perhaps in second, perhaps in third, as one of the best third-place teams, as well as Hungary get us underway, playing from left to right here in Cologne in their all-white kit with the green and red slashed diagonal stripe down the right-hand side of the shirts and the shorts. Switzerland all in red, the slightly darker red shorts and the bright red shirts and the socks as Switzerland win possession and clear the ball up towards halfway as Hungary win that header on the halfway line. We'll take you through the teams in a moment, but frenetic start here as our referee Slavko Vincic, who took charge of the Champions League final a couple of weeks ago, blows his whistle and gives a free kick to Hungary just inside the Switzerland half. And I'll tell you what, Izzy, if you're a player down on that pitch, hearing yourself, hearing your teammates, there's going to be a challenge because both sets of fans, it's almost like a tennis match. Switzerland fans to our right will start one chant, then the Hungary fans respond to our left. The noise inside here, it's roaring.
Yeah, I tell you what's helped that as well. There's been early touches in this game for their star man Dominik Szoboszlai, and just takes a deep free kick here and delivers it.
Yeah, to the edge of the penalty area, ball into the boxes, all the way through with the experienced Switzerland goalkeeper Jan Sommer. And he bowls it out underarm, all in black with the bright orange gloves and boots, and sends it out to that central position as Switzerland look to build from the back. Here is Manchester City's Manuel Akanji, such a key player for Switzerland as he is for Manchester City. Ball over the top is bravely headed away by Hungary, but they can't retain possession, and Dua will send it to the edge of the area. The ball is played in by Xhaka, falls inside the area, brilliant block. And the offside flag up on the far side anyway, but Switzerland's getting through the Hungarian lines. There it was Michel Aebischer, the Bologna attacker, who was found eventually by Granit Xhaka, the captain. The offside flag does go up, but good movement from Switzerland, and it was marginal, Izzy.
It was, and it's come from that man with one cap leading the line for Switzerland, Duha. The number 18 rinses the channel and looks to get a chance away, and that's a big start for Switzerland.
Yeah, fascinating selection that from Switzerland. Zeki Amdouni of Burnley is on the bench for them. Brelan Bolo has been struggling with an injury. He is on the bench as well, but Amdouni had started their last friendly. He's had a brilliant start to his Switzerland career, the youngster. But the nod has been given to Kwadwo Dua, 27 years old, but as Izzy says, only with one cap. He made his debut in the pre-Euros friendly against Estonia earlier this month. So Switzerland in possession with Ricardo Rodriguez. And let's take you through the lineups. Galachi in goal for Hungary. That was a big talking point. Would it be him? Would it be Dennis Debusu? Deputised so well for Galachi, who's Hungary's regular number one, but has been out for a long time with an ACL injury. It is Galachi that gets the nod from Marco Rossi. The back three of Long, Orban, huge player for them, and Solai. Ahead of them, Fiola, Nod, Schaefer, and Kirkes of Bournemouth, with Solai, Varga and Szoboszlai, a Liverpool man, their star player out front as Switzerland win a throw deep in their own territory, playing from right to left. Switzerland with Sommer in goal. The back three of Cher of Newcastle, Akanji of Manchester City, and Rodriguez, the Torino captain. Ahead of them is Vidma, Xhaka, the former Arsenal man, Freuler of Nottingham Forest, and Joy, with Aebischer, Dua and Vargas up front as here come Switzerland once more down the right-hand side, and it's a brilliant run. Hungary have a bit of defending to do here, and they just about do it. Almost breaks to Vidma inside the penalty area, but will be cleared away up to Milos Kirkes, who's then fouled. Very heavy challenge, and that is going to be a very early yellow card as well. Sylvain Vidma just a little over-exuberant there, and he goes into the book, and Kirkes of Bournemouth is still down.
Yeah, this start has been electric from both teams, and you can feel the noise inside the stadium, the fans responding to either side, counter-attacking. But that's a certain yellow card for Switzerland's Vidma, who just tries to stop Hungary on the counter-attack, catches him, and an early yellow card makes the rest of the match very tricky for him.
Well, the energy on the pitch is reflecting the energy in the stands at the moment. They know, these two, after Germany's heavy victory over Scotland yesterday, that this game could prove pivotal when it comes to establishing themselves in the group. Scotland, of course, will have keen eyes on this as well. I was speaking to some Scotland fans at our hotel yesterday. They want to draw, but even a win for somebody, and potentially a heavy win for somebody, at least gives Scotland a target if they were to try and close out that third place. But they're not thinking about that yet, Scotland. Still plenty of chances to try and steal into second, but they're going to need to step it up from what was a performance last night against Germany, where pretty much everything that could go wrong did go wrong for Scotland. Here are Switzerland with Rodriguez. Midway through the Hungary half, it's been a good start from the Swiss as the ball is played by Vargas. All the way back to Jan Sommer, who's come midway through his own half and plays it forward to Akanji. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, both teams now, Switzerland, Akanji on the ball like he does with Manchester City, just kind of slowing it down a little bit, taking away the quickness of the start to this game.
Super ball over the top from Newcastle's Fabian Schär, but won't be controlled on this near side by Michel Aebischer.
And two systems cancel each other out. They're both set up as 3-4-3s. Szoboszlai, interestingly, started very deep as Hungary kicked off the match. They just clearly wanted him to get a touch on the ball nice and early, but he's continued to advance up the pitch, and he's now in that more familiar inside number 10 role on the left.
7 minutes gone here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. It's goalless in Cologne between Hungary and Switzerland in Group A as the ball goes out of play for a throw to Hungary on this near side, and it will be taken by Adam Long. Looking for options, has a little bit of movement in front of him in the shape of Schaefer. Hungary almost lose possession. Schaefer does get his head on it in the end, and Kirkes is bursting away down that left-hand side. Here he is, Milos Kirkes of Bournemouth. Schaefer's there as another option as well. The ball is whipped in and cleared away by Switzerland up towards halfway, where Willi Orban, very experienced centre-half, intercepts, and the ball goes out of play for a throw to Switzerland over on the far side. And our referee from Slovenia, Slavko Vincic, just tells Switzerland to retreat slightly in the sunshine over on the far side and take that throw from the correct position. And the ball is now worked over to the left-hand side, and Rodriguez will slow it down once more. Switzerland comfortable in possession. They've been playing with this back three throughout the year. It has pressure on them coming into this tournament as they win a throw midway inside their own half, particularly on their manager Murat Yakin, who's been in charge since 2021. His contract up at the end of this tournament, and there have been reports of tensions between himself and his players. Granit Xhaka was critical publicly of their tactics after a draw with Kosovo, and did address that, Xhaka, the Switzerland captain, in his pre-match press conference as Switzerland still have the ball midway inside their own half, saying that we are adults enough to clarify everything. We've had a great relationship with Yakin over the past 6 to 8 months, better than the past. Had dinner together, drunk a lot of wine together, and that seems to have smoothed things over as the ball goes out of play for a Hungary throw midway inside the Hungary half. It's goalless here.
Yeah, speaking of Granit Xhaka, you can just see how closely marshalled he's been by the Hungarian midfield. When Switzerland have the ball, they know what a threat he is.
Long clears the ball up towards halfway. It's headed on by the Hungary striker Barnabas Varga. The bullseye then tumbles, wants a free kick. Slavko Vincic says nothing doing. Huge whistles and cheers from that wall of Hungary fans away to our left, but Switzerland coming forwards. He now is Granit Xhaka in position, former Arsenal man. Squares it to Manchester City's Akanji, and Switzerland now working it forwards with Aebischer, but he's lost out, and Scholai will play it forward, and now Hungary down this right-hand side. Viola just outside the penalty area, shot driven in from the edge of the area from Scholai, and blazes it over the bar. Well, he netted a brace in that 4-0 victory against England a couple of years ago for Hungary, but off target on that occasion.
Yeah, it's a clean counter-attack from Germany. The ball fed into the channel for the wing-back, and the shot just over the bar by Scholai, but he knows it, the look on his face. He should at least hit the target from that distance.
So 10 minutes gone here in Cologne on 5 Live on BBC Sounds. Hungary 0, Switzerland 0. Jan Sommer is closed down by Roland Scholai. Plays his club football here in Germany. 8 goals for Freiburg this season. But when you compare the quality in the Hungary and the Switzerland sides, and this was brought out actually by the manager of Hungary, Marco Rossi, saying, you know, that the quality Switzerland have is greater than us, and particularly when you look at the number of players that play in the top 5 European leagues. I mean, it's twice as much pretty much for Switzerland as it is for Hungary.
Mind games. Because when you've got an exceptional coach and the impact that Marco Rossi's had on this Hungarian team, can clearly even out the differences that he's referring to.
Long ball forward from the Hungary goalkeeper Peter Gulacsi, picked up once more by Switzerland. They are enjoying the majority of possession. They're winning the ball back well in these early stages, Switzerland, looking to underline that major tournament pedigree that we spoke about earlier. It is a remarkable record. Knockout stages of the last 5 major tournaments, and of course did so well at the Euros back in 2020, or 2021 it was. Never quite sure what to call it, Euro 2020, 2021. England runners-up anyway. But yes, knocking out France in a penalty shootout in the last 16 and then losing to Spain on penalties in the quarterfinals. But as we say, more under pressure build-up to this one as Akanji plays it over the halfway line, exchanges passes with Granit Xhaka again. It's rather slow and fair to say ponderous perhaps coming forward from Switzerland, or are they just being patient, is it?
Yeah, they're just being patient. The players that Marco Rossi, the Hungarian coach, is speaking about in the Switzerland side, Akanji, Xhaka in particular, Shaqiri, that's played at a high level. But you can see the way Xhaka's operating in the midfield so far. He is coaching on the pitch. He's telling the players to calm down, keep the ball, small passes, and they can try and build up, because Hungary look dangerous on the counter-attack.
Here is Akanji, just outside the centre circle. Still goalless here on 5 Live on BBC Sounds as the ball is played through to Dua. 1-0! Flags up on the far side. VAR will have a look. And Kwadwo Dua, who thought he had his first goal for his country there, has his head in his hands. Our referee Slavko Vincic is just telling Hungary goalkeeper Peter Gulacsi not to restart yet. But it's a lovely finish by Dua, even if he is offside.
Yeah, it's tight. Good build-up play by Switzerland. They feed the ball through the centre, but he's not offside. He is not offside. That needs to be looked at, because the confidence that will give that man with one cap. They're having a look. That's got to stand. He's bang on side.
Yeah, he's got to be on. There's two players playing him on, arguably. Definitely one, possibly two. We're waiting for confirmation inside the stadium, but from the replay we've just seen, this has got to stand for Kwadwo Dua. It's coming up on the screen. They are looking at the offside from VAR, but
those Switzerland fans are going to go absolutely nuts when they see this.
This is going to be huge for him. Here we go. Goal! Celebrations for Switzerland as they take the lead against Hungary. And huge celebrations for Kwadwo Dua. A big clenched fist. It's only his second appearance for his country. He only made his debut earlier this month. And the 27-year-old has a moment to savour here in Cologne. Switzerland lead Hungary by a goal to nil, and their fans are bouncing.
Absolutely incredible by Switzerland. They have just pierced a hole through the heart of the Hungarian defence. It's two straight passes through the middle, and the timing of the run from Dua was absolutely perfect. And what a way to thank your manager for giving you that start. This is his second cap, opening the scoring for his country at European Championships. What a feeling that must be.
Well, that was one of the big talking points before this game when we saw the team news as Hungary get us underway again. Was that decision to start Kwadwo Dua, 27 years of age, for only his second cap, ahead of the likes of Bernie Zeki Amdouni and Brelin Bolo, who has been struggling with an injury, but has more experience, more caps, more goals, as does Amdouni. He's been so impressive, the Burnley man for Switzerland. But Murat Yakin, who, as we say, has been under pressure coming into this tournament, is vindicated as Hungary have a player down in the centre circle, and we have a temporary stoppage of play, and it's a nasty fall there for Roland Sholoi, and the medical staff are on.
Yeah, a really excellent intervention from VAR, and the delayed reaction from the Switzerland players and the fans, of course, who were waiting tentatively to see if that decision was going to be overturned. And then the reaction from the Switzerland players was to run straight to the bench. We see that so often in tournament football because there's such a togetherness, a camaraderie, but I think they were running towards their manager, Murat Yakin, who was stood there. We're watching it again, the offside. He was at least a metre onside. The timing of the run is perfect. What a start for Switzerland.
And what a finish it was as well, because he's taking on Hungary's goalkeeper Peter Gulacsi. He's one-on-one and just calmly rolls it into the net. I mean, that is not the finish of a man who's only making his second appearance for his country and his major tournament bout to boot. So, fortunately for Hungary, Sholai is up to his feet. Unfortunately for Hungary, they trail by a goal to nil here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. All eyes, of course, from Scotland will be on this game as well. The other game in Group A as this tournament gets underway with a full programme today after Germany's emphatic curtain raiser last night, as Switzerland's leading by a goal to nil have the ball outside their own penalty area. Here comes Ricardo Rodriguez. Sholai, as we say, is up to his feet, but he's had to come off because the medical staff have been on, so he's still waiting to get back on the pitch. So Hungary temporarily down to 10, and Switzerland looking to take advantage. Vargas almost in down the left-hand side, cleared away by Long at the back for a Switzerland corner. Yeah. Switzerland very much on top at the moment, Izzy.
They are, and it is their captain, Granit Xhaka. There is no surprise to me that Switzerland have got a foothold in this game, because that man has been dropping in, he's been receiving the ball, he's been dictating, and he's just played a wonderful little lofted pass in behind the fullback, and we've won a corner, Switzerland,
which will be taken by Ricardo Rodriguez, playing at left centre half for Switzerland today, with his left back as well, and a very good left foot. He's going to use it on this set piece as Rodriguez swings it in into the 6-yard box. It's cleared away first time by Hungary. Their striker Barnabas Varga back there defending. Switzerland take the throw quickly. In fact, it's rolled back to Rodriguez by Vargas as the referee wanted it to be taken from the correct position. Always look for what a referee might close down on, and I think that's going to be it for Slavko Vincic this afternoon here in the sunshine in Cologne in Western Germany. As we say, it is the oldest city in German history. Akanji has it on the halfway line. The Rhine runs right through the city centre, and the old town is incredibly beautiful. We went for a wander yesterday and saw the enormous cathedral. Quite a sight to behold, and quite a sight for these Switzerland fans to behold here as their side leading Hungary by a goal to nil. Hungary with the foot in, and they do bring the ball away, but the whistle has gone. Kirkis down again, and a free kick given, and cheers and whistles around the stadium. The Switzerland fans disagree with the decision. The Hungary fans, I think, doesn't feel that Kirkis is being targeted here. As well, he might be the Bournemouth man.
Yeah, I think they clearly know, what talent he is, and he's been doing a lot more defending in the opening part of this game than I'm sure his manager would like. He's in that wing-back position, looking to get forward and looking to attack and add goal contributions essentially to his game, but he's been forced back, and that is credit to Switzerland.
So Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. Here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Schollo back on the pitch now after that knock. Has it on the left-hand side, pulls it back to Adam Nodge, the former Bristol City man, spent a couple of years with them, now plays in Serie B with Pisa. The ball is swung into the area, looking for Zaborzlai, and Sommer comes and pats it down with those bright orange gloves and bowls it out underarm, and Switzerland are on the move again. Here's Xhaka, plays it in field to Dan and Doy. Down the right-hand side he goes, but again Switzerland, it's a hallmark of how they play, isn't it, Izzy? They're just so patient in possession. There's no need, they feel, to rush it forward, and particularly with the one goal advantage that they have.
Yeah, but they do, as patient as they are, they do look to go quickly and attack quick when the opportunity's there, and I get it's coming from their captain. He recognises the opportunity and gives the communication on the pitch to say we go now because the opportunity's there.
Akanji has it midway through the Switzerland half. Yes, what a season he's had, Granit Xhaka. Debut season with Bayer Leverkusen after leaving Arsenal back in the summer of 2023. As Kirkis is there in the right position, but that's a poor ball, and they could be in again. Here's Switzerland. Big save by Peter Gulácsi. What a huge opportunity for Ruben Vargas. One-on-one with Gulácsi, who gets a pat on his head now from Milos Kirkis, who apologises for the error. Initially a good interception, but then a shocking ball, played it into his own penalty area. Ruben Vargas was onto it, one-on-one. Brilliant save by Gulácsi, but that should be 2-0 Switzerland, make no mistake.
They're all over the shop at the back. Hungary, you can just see Szoboszlai now giving the fans a hand gesture of intervention to say help us out here, because that should have been 2-0 Switzerland. Vargas, that's a massive chance. He might not get an easier opportunity the whole tournament.
Well, he's over here to this near side, Ruben Vargas, to take the corner for Switzerland. The Hungary fans behind that goal that Hungary are defending, as our referee Slavko Vincic has just seen a bit of pushing and shoving inside the penalty area, so comes over now to have a word with the likes of Mamel Akanji, Attila Szalai as well, the Hungarian centre-half being spoken to. They do have the short option here with Dan and Doy. Hungary have sent Kirkis out to deal with that. Vargas with the opportunity to swing it in or go short to Doy. Oh, Ricardo Rodriguez is waiting just outside the penalty area. Soloy's seen that, and he's just keeping half an eye over his shoulder. Vargas does swing it into the far post. Good punch by Gulácsi. Switzerland will try and pick it up over on that far side with Freuler of Nottingham Forest. Works it back in field to Akanji with Manchester City just inside the penalty area. Akanji will put it back as Switzerland look to build once more down that right-hand side. But here is the case in point, that patience. There they come forward now as the shot is driven in on the edge of the penalty area by Fabian Schär, who Newcastle fans listening to us will know can certainly hit one from range. It's blocked away though. It goes out in the end for a Hungary throw, but Hungary, Izzy, as you say, they're just all over the place at the moment defensively.
Yeah, they really, really are on the back foot, and they're lucky if they ride through this period without conceding again, because defensively the structure moving out of defence into attack is awful, and as much talent as they've got in this side, if you're not defensively secure you won't go far.
Szalai has been flattened by Ricardo Rodriguez, but a wag of the finger from Rodriguez is agreed with by our referee Slavko Vincic, and Switzerland come forward again. Now they play it back to halfway. And Fabian Schär in the orange boots has it on the halfway line. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. Midway through a first half that has flown by here in Cologne. And at the moment, he's going Switzerland's way, very much so. Here goes Ricardo Rodriguez, their left-sided centre-half. He really is getting forward like a left-back at the moment. And to the left-hand side, he goes in Vargas, who's missed that huge chance for 2-0. Granit Xhaka picks it up and now sends it back to Aebischer, who works it all the way back to Akanji. But just going back to Granit Xhaka, I mean, he picked out already easy how key he's been in this game. You know, when he left Arsenal at the end of last season, the question marks over whether he'd be able to return to those very heights of club form, but he has absolutely done that with Bayer Leverkusen. Bundesliga team of the season. An interesting comments as well as Sommer has it outside his penalty area, the Switzerland goalkeeper. You know, anyone who's watched Granit Xhaka in the Premier League will know that his discipline can let him down. But talking about moving to Germany and playing there, he says, my mentality is completely different. I'm much calmer. Also in his play, saying he's got much more clarity and deliberation in his game, but says he's taken huge steps forward.
You can just see the maturity in his play, and it's not often you say that about a player in his 30s. We speak a lot about young players perhaps not getting the opportunities because they're not necessarily mature on the pitch, but my word, Granit Xhaka, the way that he's developed, and he's just found this sense of calm about him, but he's still got that bite about his game as well, which you don't want to lose. It must be the Xabi Alonso influence.
Very much so. 24 minutes played. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. Here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Akanji clears overhead. Attila Fiola, the right wing back, was getting forward there for Hungary. Just starting to push the defenders forward a little bit, Hungary. They are an attacking team. They do like to attack, but at the moment they just can't get the ball enough to do so. What can Solai, centre half, do here? Plays it to Kirkis. Now Orban will spray it out to the left-hand side and Szoboszlai. Solai picks it up once more. Szoboszlai trying to control but can't do so. Wimmer gets the interception in. Lashed forward by Solai. Chested down by Aebischer for Switzerland just outside his own penalty area. And sends the ball back to Jan Sommer. He plays it out to Rodriguez. Turns and sends it out to the left and Aebischer. And now Granit Xhaka. Lovely ball over the socks of Fabian Schär, who stretches out a long right leg and controls. Brings the ball down. Just about held on to by Freuler for Switzerland and works it back to Schär now. They look so confident in possession as Schär tries another one of those long passes over the top, but this time too much on it for Ruben Vargas, and it's all the way through with Peter Gulacsi. And a word on Gulacsi as well, Izzy, because as we say, there was a big debate in Hungary about whether he was going to start or Denis de Bous, who deputised so well for him in the European qualifiers when Gulacsi, the regular number 1, was out with an ACL injury. But Gulacsi given the nod, and he's made some big saves already.
Yeah, I think for the opening goal, there wasn't too much you could have done about that. I mean, it'd be interesting to hear Robert Huss, saying on that as a centre back, how that leaves the goalkeeper exposed. But nonetheless, it's a brilliant little goal from Switzerland. But since then, Gulácsi in the goal for Hungary, he's been commanding, and he's dealt with a few crosses at a difficult time for his team. And it's really important for Hungary now that they stay in the game. They can't concede again.
They're in the game at the moment. It's only 1-0 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, but they cannot garner any momentum with possession. They've given the ball away again, and it's the Switzerland fans away to our right, waving those red and white flags, the red flag with the thick white cross on, and making the noise as Switzerland have the ball on halfway and send it all the way back to Manuel Akanji, who again just slows the tempo down and plays it out to the left-hand side, and Rodriguez, and now Xhaka. Vargas sends it forward, good strong challenge, dispossesses Aebischer, and Long will send it in fields. Rodriguez has won it back, and then Vargas is found right in front of the Switzerland bench, and they all come out very quickly there. Rick Yakin there in his black top and black tracksuit trousers is out on the edge of his technical area, and the Hungary midfielder Andras Schaefer is being spoken to at length, and Granit Xhaka, as is his right, as the captain has come over to have a word as well. It's going to be interesting, isn't it? I mean, we know that that's something UEFA have said, look, no tolerance at this tournament. It is the captains that are going to go and speak to the referee if they're not happy about something. Seemed to work quite well yesterday in the Germany-Scotland game.
Yeah, it's important to keep that level of respect on the pitch. The referee's got a difficult enough job as it is without several players crowding him every time there's a decision to be made. So, yeah, so far so good, but early days.
Izzy Christensen just gave me a slightly sceptical look here at Cologne Stadium. 27 minutes gone on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. That goal after 12 minutes from Kwadwo. Do a big talking point before the game, given the nod. Only his second cap for Switzerland, having made his debut earlier this month. Yeah, friendly against Estonia. He's 27 years of age, so a relatively late debut. He's not an 18-year-old that's been thrown in, but what a finish it was, given after a VAR review. And Switzerland at the moment absolutely on top in this huge game. And of course, all eyes of Scotland on this as well. The ball goes forward by Hungary and is intercepted by Mamo Akanji. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1 from the England midfielder Izzy Christensen.
Really difficult to see, what type of football Hungary are trying to play. Whenever they've had comfortable possession, they've not had any clear patterns.
Kirk is under pressure again from Vidmar. Does well this time, the Bournemouth man, and giving the ball away in a really dangerous position. Until so moments ago, Vargas unable to take advantage, but Cher is driving forward now. What a run this is! Fabian Cher into the penalty area, win for the curler. He's asking for a handball. Referee says no penalty, and it's cleared away by Hungary at the back, but they just can't get any distance on it. Fiola that time, Switzerland intercept, and Granit Xhaka has it. Switzerland now pick it up in the centre circle with Freuler. Well, that had shades, I'm sure for Newcastle fans listening, of the run against Cardiff where Cher ran from the halfway line and popped it in. We know he's capable of it. It was a great run, went for the curler, and in the end Hungary dealt with it, and Switzerland have it once more with Abisha on this left hand side. And now Xhaka goes all the way back to Akanji. They are absolutely dominant at the moment, Switzerland, but it's still just the 1-0 by which they lead.
Yeah, my question is, how on earth is the centre back dribbling through the whole of the team and getting a shot off? That is a massive problem for Hungary.
Here come Hungary though, down the right hand side. Sholai will pick it up, he then tumbles, goes out for a throw. And Hungary finally have a bit of territory to cheer as their fans are behind the goal away to our left. Clap their hands together slowly, trying to lift their side spirits and their side performance levels as well. So you just see a replay of that appeal for handball by Switzerland, is it?
Yeah, it's just struck by Cher straight into the chest of Orban, the central centre-back for Hungary. There was an appeal for handball, but absolutely not. It was straight into his chest.
So long with the long throw, headed away by Switzerland, and that will bounce out for a Hungary corner. Or I suppose the only critique of Switzerland, despite how dominant they've been, is that they haven't perhaps fashioned more chances. And Hungary here with a set piece, still at 1-0, looking for the equaliser, half an hour gone. And it's that man, their star man, their captain, Dominik Szoboszlai of Liverpool. He comes over to take this. He has Andras Schaefer there as a short option. Vargas is there for Switzerland as Szoboszlai swings it in. It's not the best delivery. Orban will head it back across. It's cleared away by Switzerland up towards halfway. Header is won by Nodge of Hungary, but then Hungary commit the foul and Switzerland have the free kick, and all the momentum drains away, and all the frustration you can hear around Cologne Stadium is from the fans in green, white and red.
That's a big opportunity for Hungary off that corner. Szoboszlai goes for a very unorthodox delivery right to we talk about back post delivery, that was beyond the back post. It was almost the corner of the 18-yard box, and on the second phase Hungary have just failed to retain possession and sustain the attack. Switzerland have won a free kick and are back on the build again, dictating the tempo of this match.
Former England midfielder Izzy Christensen here with us on 5 Live on BBC Sounds. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1 in this Group A match. Germany, of course, lead the way after that 5-1 victory over Scotland last night. As Hungary win a free kick, Szoboszlai going down, third it away inside the Switzerland half on the right hand side.
It's Rodriguez in on Szoboszlai, and it's the third time I think Szoboszlai's appealed for a free kick, and he's won one on this occasion. It's a deep area to deliver from, but it looks like he's lining the ball up and he's going to deliver it.
So Szoboszlai stands over this as Hungary's manager Marco Rossi comes out to the edge of his technical area. He's giving some instructions to Andras Schaefer. So So Shaker not involved in this set piece because he's having a detailed discussion with his manager. Szoboszlai though waiting for his teammate to move alongside him. And then Shaker comes over to speak to Szoboszlai. So Marco Rossi, the Hungary manager, clearly imparting some instructions, perhaps specifically to do with this set piece. Let's see. And Mr. Szoboszlai sends it in. It's a decent delivery and will be collected outside the penalty area by Szollai for Hungary. Ball into the area, takes a little deflection and sails safely into the arms of the Switzerland goalkeeper Jan Sommer.
It's a much better delivery from Szoboszlai from that right deep area. He looks to swing it in to the box. He puts it into a perfect area. There's no one attacking it, but they get the second phase, and that's the second opportunity for Sommer, the Switzerland goalkeeper, to come and play him across and just kind of build that confidence that we were speaking about pre-match.
Switzerland in possession midway through their own half. It's dark tracksuit versus dark suit on the touchline. Marco Rossi, the Hungary manager, the Italian, looking very smart down there on the edge of his technical area. If we talk about the pressure that Murat Yakin has been under, the Switzerland manager, as Switzerland have it just inside their own half, complete contrast with Marco Rossi. As we say, he's Italian, he got Hungarian citizenship last year. They love him in Hungary, they absolutely adore him. They've gone from strength to strength under him. Well, they are under the cosh here. They're yet to turn up, Hungary. It's all Switzerland at the moment, but with 12 minutes plus added time to play in this first half here in Cologne, it is still just the one goal by which Switzerland's lead, scored after 12 minutes by Kwadwo Duah, the 27-year-old, on only his second appearance for his country. Coming down the right-hand side once more, and Duah's ball into the penalty area. It's cleared away at the back by the experienced Hungarian centre-half Willi Orban. Switzerland pick it up on that right-hand side, and those clearances from Hungary, they just can't pick up those clearances when they make them, and Switzerland just comes straight back at them, albeit it's a relatively slow tempo.
Yeah, and then defensively, Hungary are being dropped into a back five, so that means they've got one less player up the pitch when they look to attack and break, and that's just credit to Switzerland. They've been pinning them back, they've been patient, but they can't operate in a back five when they're set up to play in a back three, Hungary.
Ball goes out of play for a throw to Switzerland over on the far side. Yes, one of the things that we were so looking forward to seeing was the attacking prowess of Milos Kerkez. Really likes to get forward for Hungary, but at the moment just not having the opportunity to do that, the Bournemouth man, and that link up with Szoboszlai as well, which can be so devastating as Switzerland gain a few more yards of territory on that right hand side and now have a throw level with the edge of the penalty area. Taking quickly, here is Ndoye down the right hand side as Widmer picks it up. Vargas joining over there as well, and Hungary get the block in. It's another Switzerland throw. It's just wave after wave of red-shirted attack at the moment.
They just keep asking the question of Hungary to Switzerland. They go, how defensively sound, how organised are you? Because at the moment, you know, these players, I'm watching them now, they're organising off a defensive throw-in that Switzerland look like they're going to go long from. No one knows who's picking you up.
Yes, it is launched long by Switzerland into the penalty area, headed away by Orban. And Cher will pick it up off Newcastle and plays it back to Manchester City's Malmal Akanji. Here on 5 Live at BBC Sounds. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1, the other game in Scotland's group. And Switzerland's in possession on the halfway line. It is non-stop action throughout the next few weeks from the Euros here on 5 Live. Later today, live from Berlin, we have Spain against Croatia with Ian Dennis and Dion Dublin. And join us at 8 o'clock for Italy against Albania as well, as Switzerland come down the right-hand side. Ndoye into the area laid off by Vargas, bounces off Duah. They're appealing for a handball there. There were so many ricochets there for Switzerland. I think that would have been harsh on Hungary. VAR will just have a quick check as Widmer wins the ball back, sends it into the area, headed away by Kerkez. Hungary can't get the distance on it though, and Xhaka sends it out to the right-hand side again. And Cher now from right centre half, stepping midway up through the Hungary half as Switzerland look for this second goal. 8 minutes plus added time to play in this first half. Switzerland leading by a goal to 0. Here is Ndoye, our lovely work down the right hand side, plays it back to the edge of the 6-yard box where Duah was waiting, and long on the stretch clears away. Hungary 1-0 under so much pressure here. Can they hold out and keep this at just the 1-0 down as the poor ball forward won't be reached by Ndoye over on that far side. And it goes out of play for a Hungary goal kick.
That was an absolutely delightful bit of football from Ndoye on that right-hand side inside channel for Switzerland on the attack. He takes the centre-back for a walk out to the byline and he nutmegs him, comes inside the box and he looks to pull it back. I think it was Duar who was lurking for the first time finish, but that is the first glimpse we've seen from Switzerland carving through again since the goal.
Yeah, he's having a really good game. Dan Ndoye, just 23 years of age. This is his major tournament debut. First time he's been selected for a major competition for Switzerland. Plays for Bologna, having them finished 5th in Serie A, taking that final Champions League place. Got a couple of goals for them. As Hungary have it on the halfway line. Here is Ndoye. Hungary just enjoying a little spell of possession in the white shirts in the sunshine here in Cologne, but it has not been the half and I'm sure many of these Hungary fans expected. They're making a real noise away to our left behind that goal, which their side have already conceded once. Could have conceded more, but they've won possession here as the ball is sent forward by Noj. Kerkez has got to be offside here. No, flag stays down. Let's see. Kerkez plays the ball in. It's cleared away by Fabian Schär. Now for a throw. Flag still stays down. It will be a throw to Hungary. Would have been interesting had that ball ended up in the back of the goal. You know what? Having seen the replay, that's a lot tighter than I thought it was.
Yeah, he's onside. I did think the same as you, Vicky. I thought he was miles offside, but it's just the timing of the run was good. I actually think the pass wasn't meant for him. I think it was meant for Kerkez, who was flying in from the left-hand side. But Hungary now enjoying a little bit of a spell. They're feeling the ball a little bit and they're kind of resting with the ball, if you like. But Switzerland's intensity of their press is forcing them into quick decisions.
And that press almost pays off. This time it doesn't though. Whistle goes, free kick to Hungary midway through the Switzerland half, level with the left-hand side of that penalty area. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. 6 minutes to go until half-time, and it's another set piece for Hungary that they can try and take advantage of.
This will be the classic for Hungary. There's 6 minutes to go plus added until half-time, and they're starting to find their rhythm. They won't want that half-time whistle to blow if it stays like this.
And this is a strength of theirs. They scored more set-piece goals in the main qualifying for the Euros, excluding the playoffs and penalties as well, than any other side. 7 in total. And that is largely because they have a man like this, Dominik Szoboszlai, their captain, becoming the youngest player to take the armband at the Euros today. Swings it in and the header is straight into the arms of Jan Sommer. And that time Hungary did give the Switzerland defence the slip. Orban was up there, but the header is tame. It's straight at Sommer. That is a huge opportunity to make it 1-1 on the stroke of half-time. Might have been flagged for offside. A few players were in there. VAR would have had to have had a look. But still, what a chance is he?
Yeah, should have scored. Centre-back free header inside the box on that 6-yard line. Just tries to put too much oomph into the header. Doesn't generate enough power and cleanliness with the connection of the ball. But that was a big chance for Hungary.
Switzerland have won a free kick just outside their own penalty area. Eberscher's gone down, and it will be taken by the captain Granit Xhaka to Michel Eberscher. Out to the right hand side now in Widnes. Switzerland still midway through their own half, and Xhaka picks it up once more, driving forward towards the halfway line as the white shirts of Hungary retreat. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1 here on 5 Live on BBC Sounds. Here is Granit Xhaka once more. Plays it back on that far side to Vargas, who had that huge opportunity for 2-0. A mistake by Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth. Good save, very good save by Peter Gulacsi in the Hungary goal, but really Vargas should have given them no chances. Hungary win a free kick midway through their own half. So set piece to Hungary, taken by Willi Orban, and squares it to Andras Schäfer. Another who plays his club football in Germany, this time for Union Berlin, just avoided relegation from the Bundesliga this season. The ball is all the way back with Jan Sommer, who plays it out. They're now putting the press on Hungary around the Switzerland penalty area, but so far Switzerland are dealing with that pressure well as they work it out to the right-hand side, and it's sent forward by Dua, the goal scorer. Here is Vargas, and the red shirts suddenly streaming forward. Hungary have the white shirts back though, but again, Switzerland looking dangerous down the wings as Dua sends the ball into the area. I'll tell you what, Fiona went for that header, missed it. Probably a good job he did, because it spun all the way out. Might have got a slight touch on it, because it looks as though it's gone out for a Switzerland throw, but I don't think he knew where he was or where the ball was.
He had no idea what was behind him, and he's gone for that sort of defensive glancing header, knowing that he has to make some sort of contact on the ball. And if he's had a little look, as all good fullbacks should do in that position at the back post, he can see that Albish is nowhere near him. He could even have chested it back to his goalkeeper and relieved the pressure.
Switzerland's latest move breaks down, and it's collected by Orban on the edge of the Hungary penalty area. Still Hungary 0, Switzerland 1, 2.5 minutes to go until half-time, as Barnabas Varga, who I don't think I've mentioned for about 20 minutes, the Hungary striker, finally does get a touch on halfway. It's the only positive at the moment for Hungary, that if they get to half-time, it's still just 1-0.
Yeah, I think so. They needed to stay in the game, and that's what they've done. They've rode their luck a little bit. Switzerland should be 2-0 up with that chance from Vargas, but they're starting to get into a little bit. I was saying earlier, I can't see any patterns of play that Hungary are trying to achieve. Partly credit to Switzerland, but partly because the players look rattled out there. But now they're getting a foothold in the game. You can see they're trying to involve Szoboszlai a little bit more inside that number 10 sort of pocket creative area. Switzerland have just dropped off.
Hungary enjoying a little spell of possession as they spread it out to the right-hand side. That's a good ball to find Sortila Fiola. He plays it forward, but that's a missed control and frustration for Adam Long, the centre-half, who's got up to be involved in the attack, but it's a poor touch and it's straight out of play for a Switzerland throw. Switzerland, who still lead in this Group A match by a goal to nil. Izzy Christiansen.
Yeah, the difference between the two sides, apart from the goal, has been the sincere lack of pressure from Hungary. They've got no intensity. They've just let the Switzerland players dribble out from the back with no pressure, and the first time they're putting pressure on now is Szoboszlai, who's jumped onto Sommer, the Switzerland goalkeeper, trying to get his team up the pitch, but they need to address that at half-time. Marco Rossi has to have a look at that and go, we need to stop these players playing.
Brilliant step up from Akanji there out of central defence to win the ball just outside the penalty area, stopping Barnabas Varga from making any progress, and that's a lovely ball as well. As Switzerland sweep forward and Xhaka plays it into the penalty area, and Doi tried to find Dua, and good reading of the situation there by Bournemouth's Milos Kerkez. Great interception and clears away. It will come straight back at Hungary, but if Ndoye could have picked the pass, what an opportunity that would have been for Dua to get his second goal of the game, on only his second cap for Switzerland, who have it on the right hand side. Ball to the edge of the penalty area. Vargas picks it up inside the box, loose touch, almost stolen by Ndoye. Vargas then plays it back to the edge of the area. Aebischer now has it for Switzerland, 25 yards out, goes for the counter. What a goal! What a goal! Switzerland double their advantage through an absolute corker from Michel Aebischer. Took his time, picked his spot, and picked it so beautifully. Hungary 0, Switzerland 2.
It was coming from Switzerland, the quality that they have shown in the final third, and that man Aebischer, who gets the ball on the left-hand side of the box. The whole attack comes from two wonderful little through balls from Granit Xhaka, but Switzerland work the ball around the box. There's no real pressure on Aebischer, and he just shifts the ball onto his right foot and he shapes it outside the width of the goal, and it buries itself into the far corner, and it's been coming, and that is the quality that Switzerland have shown. And again, the celebration to the bench with the coach, the staff, the players. Well deserved for Switzerland.
Yeah, notable again, as Izzy Christiansen says, immediately all the players run to the bench. We talk about the pressure that Murat Yakin, their manager, has been under coming into this after they had a shocking end to qualifying, scraped in to the Euros, qualified as runners up in the weakest group. But they certainly enjoyed that. Those rumours of tensions between himself and his players, not on show today, not by the performance and not by the celebrations. And what a way to get your first goal for your country. Michel Aebischer, following in the footsteps of Kwadwo Dua, who's also netted his first goal. It's taken Aebischer 21 caps to get his as opposed to Dua's 2. But it was a sumptuous strike as Hungary come forward down this left-hand side. Can't keep the ball in, and it goes out of play for a Switzerland goal kick. And here in Cologne, it is the red
What a contribution for Switzerland in the first half, and maybe sure an assist for the opening goal, and then that goal of the highest quality from the edge of the box to put his side 2-0 up just before half-time. What a perfect time to score that.
And a perfect time for Switzerland to hear the whistle.
Looks like Fiola's gone into the centre-back role, and the substitute Bolo is going to play wing-back on the other side to Kerkez, who is a player who I noted at the start of the game had a fantastic season with Bournemouth, and he hasn't yet been able to attack much.
Defensively, he's looked a bit shaky as well. So, yeah, we'll take you through the lineups in a moment. But we are underway in the second half here at the Cologne Stadium. Hungary in possession, playing from right to left, trailing by 2-0, and bursting down this right-hand side early doors. But good covering at the back by Switzerland, and the ball is all the way through with their goalkeeper, Jan Sommer. He takes a touch inside his penalty area. He's closed down by Roland Scholai of Hungary, but does spread it out to this right-hand side where Milos Kerkez is back there defending for Hungary. Widmer dinks it forward for Switzerland, looking for the scorer of their first goal. Kradwo doing no changes for Switzerland at half-time, and why would there be from their manager Murat Yakin? It's been a brilliant performance so far from the Swiss, who have a throw midway through the Hungary half on this right-hand side, and Widmer, who's the only player who's seen yellow so far in this game, preparing to take it. Looking for the options and the runners. There were a few of them. They're kind of all going around in a circle in front of him. Eventually he goes to Ruben Vargas, who dinks it forward looking for Dan Ndoye, and Ndoye's won it down by the byline, pulls it back to a very good block at the back by Fiola for Hungary. He might have hurt himself in doing so. He's moving actually well enough out of the penalty area, but again another big chance for Switzerland, another big block for Hungary as the ball goes out of play for a Switzerland throw right in front of their manager Murat Yakin.
Yeah, Ndoye, who had a brilliant first half, has no right to win that ball from Salah, who looks like he's trying to shepherd the ball out of play, but there wasn't the pace on the ball in order for it to do that. But he's been a bright spark, Ndoye, for Switzerland on that right hand side.
Here comes Switzerland down the left with Ruben Vargas, who missed a huge one-on-one opportunity in the first half. Of Switzerland get another chance into a draws, a save from Peter Gulacsi, and the ball's behind for a Switzerland corner, and Ruben Vargas over on that far left-hand side is waving his arms towards the Switzerland fans, who raise their voices once more. They are now behind the goal that Switzerland are attacking from left to right in this second half, and they have a corner to cheer on for their side, who lead by 2-0.
Yeah, they're in for a treat in this second half. Those Switzerland fans to our right, if Switzerland continue this start to the second half.
It is a wall of red speckled with white, and there might be some bouncing in a moment as Vargas swings the corner in. A couple of ricochets, almost falls to Xhaka. Hungary just about getting away with Szoboszlai, his counterpart number 10, and Ricardo Rodriguez will collect just inside the Switzerland half. So let's take you through the lineups for Hungary. Gulacsi in goal. The back three now of Fiola, Orban and Solai. Bolo, who's coming at half-time, is playing at right wing back. That midfield completed by Nodge, Schaefer and Kerkez, with Scholai, Szoboszlai and Varga up top. Varga their striker. Good goal scoring record for Hungary. 6 goals in what is now 12 appearances, including a brace in their last match against Israel, but he has been absolutely isolated so far. Very little time on the ball as Switzerland missed the header in the centre. Overhead clearance was a good one by Fiola, and it's picked up now by Schaefer as Hungary enjoy a bit of possession. Midway through the Switzerland half, trailing by 2-0. Kerkez's delivery into the area is blocked away by Switzerland. Remo Freuler of Nottingham Forest, and picked up now by Orban just outside the centre circle, but noticeable already is he, but that Switzerland, that Hungary I should say, back 3/back 5 are moving much further up the pitch and trying to get more involved in the attacking play, as they have to do.
Yeah, they've really tried to push up this second half, and Szoboszlai's come out to this left hand side. He's almost hugging the touchline, and I think what that's doing is making Switzerland a little bit wary of his positioning, so it's dropping them off a little bit, and it's just giving Hungary that licence to build, and they're starting to do it a lot better here.
Here they come with Schaefer down the left-hand side. Decent ball to Kirkis, who whips the delivery to the edge of the penalty area. He was under pressure, tumbling as he did so, and it's an easy interception for Switzerland's captain, the former Arsenal man, Granit Xhaka, as they work it out to the left-hand side. And Ricardo Rodriguez over the halfway line he goes. All over the top. Here's a very good one. Almost looking for the run of the impressive Dan Ndoye, but Gulacsi did well. The Hungary goalkeeper comes out to the edge of his penalty area and claims.
The back three for Hungary really concerns me when Switzerland have got time on the ball to pick out a pass. It was there, the switch of play, the diagonal pass. They're looking for Ndoye, who's just screaming on the back shoulder of Salai, the left centre-back for Hungary. He's not a clue where he is.
Here goes Sholai. This is a good run for Hungary into the penalty area. Left-hand side, lays it off to Szoboszlai. Urged to shoot. Offside flags up on the far side anyway. It was a complete miscue by Szoboszlai. He turned immediately and looked at our referee Slavko Vincic as if to say, what I put off there? Again, it's a tight one, but that one just does look a shade offside, and the effort from Szoboszlai in the end was not troubling Jan Sommer.
Yeah, it was promising from Hungary. You could see the fans, feel the fans' noise lifting as Szoboszlai looked to line that one up. We know what he can do from the edge of the box, and that's the first time we've actually seen Hungary look to combine in that sort of inside left position and get Szoboszlai cutting inside.
So free kick to Switzerland, which is taken by Fabian Schär. They have Sommer in goal. The back three of Schär, Newcastle, Akanji of Manchester City, and Rodriguez. Ahead of them is Widmer, Xhaka, Freuler of Nottingham Forest, and Ndoye with Aibisha, Vargas and Dua up top. It's one of those where Ndoye really just pushed forward as well. Aibisha often slotting into that midfield, having scored an absolute cracker of a goal. His first for his country right on the stroke of half-time. Beautiful curler into the bottom corner from just outside the D. And not a bad finish from Dua either. He scored the opener earlier on, 12 minutes into this game. Only his second appearance for Switzerland. And why didn't he take that finish well? He had a bit of a wait. VAR had to have a look. It was initially flagged offside. He was well onside. And it rightly stood as Granit Xhaka picks it up. Central position midway through the Hungary half, and now Ricardo Rodriguez getting involved on the left-hand side. Lays it off to Aibisha, and now Rodriguez once more as again Switzerland patient in possession. Slow the play down, leading by 2-0. 6 minutes gone in the second half here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Freuler picks it up, sends it out to the right-hand side, and Ndoye, Kirkis does enough to put him off, and it goes out of play for a Switzerland throw, taken by Widmer as Hungary all in whites, back in formation. We mentioned that brilliant momentum they've been building coming into these Euros. Hungary just one defeat in their last 16 games. That wasn't their penultimate friendly against the Republic of Ireland. They conceded a late counter-attack winner as they were pushing forward for a winner themselves as the ball goes out of play for a Switzerland throw midway through their own half. But even before that run started, which was their longest unbeaten run for 69 years, they'd had some great results before that, as we say, beating England twice, including that 4-0 thrashing at Molineux, also 1-0 away and drew 1-0 at home with Germany. So far they have not provided the performance that many thought they might be able to put in, and again it's Switzerland leading by 2-0 who come forward with Rodriguez, plays it infield to Xhaka, and now Aibisha down the left hand side. Xhaka has it once more infield to Vargas, shot on the turn, well stopped by Peter Gulacsi. Decent effort by Vargas, good stop by Gulacsi.
Oh, it's a wonderful bit of play. It's far too easy for Switzerland, but nonetheless it's brilliant. The crisp passing through the lines, through the thirds. It comes from Granit Xhaka again. I feel like I'm on repeat saying that, but he is starting everything for Switzerland. And really crisp passing to the left-hand side, and they work it back inside the box, and it was Vargas with a snapshot inside the 18-yard box with an angle on it. And Gulac as well to save it.
Former England midfielder Izzy Christensen here with us on 5 Live and BBC Sounds here in Cologne at Cologne Stadium. As we say, it holds around 50,000. It's a little bit lower capacity for this tournament, but it is packed out with the red and white of Switzerland and the red, white and green of Hungary as their fans applaud away to our left, clapping their hands and then raising them in the air trying to galvanise their team in this huge encounter in Group A. Germany, top of the group after that 5-1 thrashing of Scotland yesterday, so all eyes of Scotland on this as well. That is their next match, Scotland here in Cologne on Wednesday the 19th of June. That's an 8 o'clock kickoff UK time. And at the moment, Switzerland looking as though they will be a stern test. But Hungary had possession on this left-hand side with Szoboszlai. He's forced back to Schaefer, who goes all the way back to Szalai. Just enjoying a little bit more possession, Hungary, in this second half as they work it out to Szalai on this left-hand side. Good ball to find him by Kürkes. Szalai on the turn as he brought down. Yes, he was by Danon Doi. Little goes, free kick Hungary, and as we said in the first half, this is where they're dangerous, set pieces. It was such a strength for them in qualifying. They've got one here, good position, just outside the left-hand corner as they attack that penalty area.
Yeah, it's brilliant play from Szalai on that inside left position again for Hungary, just winning the free kick, retaining the ball, which has been, really poor throughout the game so far from Hungary, the ball retention, but he uses his body really well just to invite the foul. Now that man again, Szoboszlai, he's just stood over this. It's probably too wide of an angle for him to have an attempt on goal, but the way he's standing over the ball suggests that he's going to whip this in on target so that any touch could see this hit the back of the net. Let's see what happens.
Well, he created more chances than any other Hungary player in qualifying. He's their star man. He can be so proficient from set pieces. What can he do here? They've got the height up from the back. Attila Szalai, the centre half's one of those. Orban's gone forward as well. Szoboszlai over this free kick for Hungary as they look to pull a goal back here in Cologne on 5 Live and BBC Sounds against Switzerland. Szoboszlai still waiting as the referee makes sure that everything is organised in the area. Szoboszlai sends it in. And it was Attila Szalai who made the run on the edge of the 6-yard box. Switzerland get their first header behind. Hungary corner.
Yeah, we probably need to start seeing a little bit of urgency from Hungary now, using these set pieces, because a goal now when the crowd are really starting to lift as they're on the attack, they've got to capitalise.
So Szoboszlai, he's over, takes his corner short. Here is Kürkes who receives it, and now Szalai will pick it up as Hungary work it central now. Back to Szoboszlai, missed control, through his legs. Switzerland throw, dear oh dear.
Yeah, those are the moments that I'm speaking about. It's capitalising on the momentum and the feeling from the crowd. The players have really got to draw in on that at the moment, and passes that go out of play, miscontrolled balls, are not going to help that situation one bit.
So throw to Switzerland. Widmer will take it on this near side, just in that slice of shade that is covering a third of the pitch here at Cologne Stadium. And as it's flicked on by the scorer of Switzerland's opener, Bravo Dua, the move breaks down for Switzerland, and Hungary in possession at the back with Attila Fiola. Squares it to Willi Orban, the RB Leipzig captain. And as Hungary win a free kick just inside the Switzerland half, and again it's that man, Ricardo Rodriguez. He loves stepping up, doesn't he, from that left-sided centre half role and getting involved as Hungary keep the ball away to Switzerland straight from that set piece. And it's Danon Doi outside the area, drives edge of the box, narrowly over the bar. They are causing their own problems, Hungary, and they can't afford to do so.
I mean, we're speaking about decision making, and that was probably the strangest pass we will see all tournament from Hungary. He's gone for the crossfield switch. The space in the middle is wide open. He's not executed the pass. The ball's gone on the floor. Switzerland are on the counter attack. They should have scored. They should have capitalised, but they didn't.
Ball up towards halfway for Hungary is flicked on. Yeah, there have been a couple of big chances for Switzerland, who still lead by 2-0. Hungary have a player down. It's Boller over on the far side. Referee allowing play to continue. Switzerland still in possession. Then Schaefer takes a tumble with Doi in the centre, and the referee happy to let that go as well. And so Hungary in possession. Lovely touch by Szoboszlai. That is so delicate. He's then upended by Remo Freuler, and Freuler will go into the book, not so much for the ferocity of the challenge, but the positioning, and perhaps because the referee also appreciated that skill from Szoboszlai.
Yeah, he did. But this game's weird because the mistakes are so obvious from both teams. And Szoboszlai there has just capitalised on a loose pass, and he's flicked it through the legs of Freuler, and he's carried on the run to get the 1-2 and the second pass back, but Freuler's just put his body in the way. Clever professional foul from him, and Szoboszlai again stands over the ball in a deep position.
And now he swings it in, right-footed, runners are in there, the white shirts, again it's a decent delivery, they're all appealing for it, and in the end the flag is up over on the far side, so Switzerland will get the decision. But it's one of those where the deliveries are decent from Szoboszlai, but they're just not quite able to connect with the runs that the Hungarian players are making.
Yeah, it was frustrating that the linesman's put his flag up because the movement, I can't quite see who it was that made the connection with the first contact, but again, from a Hungary perspective, really, really sloppy. A set piece, super opportunity when you're not in the game, to capitalise, but they've just given Switzerland the invitation again to just slow the rhythm of the game down.
And that is exactly what they're doing. Jan Sommer launches it long, the Switzerland goalkeeper, over the halfway line. It's headed away powerfully by Orban for Hungary, and Switzerland's pick it up once more. Here is Freuler. Xhaka now will play it off to Widmer on that left-hand side, and Rodriguez sends it forward, a little flick on by Dewar, and Ndoye looks offside. It's collected anyway by Attila Fiola and sent all the way back to Peter Galacci. So here in Cologne, as we hit the hour mark, it is Hungary 0, Switzerland 2. This is the other game, of course, in Scotland's group. We were talking at half-time, Izzy. Given the scoreline at this point with half an hour to play, what is best for Scotland? Is it for Hungary to fight back and make it 2-2, which leaves the group wide open, or is it the case that if someone's going to win here, to help Scotland's goal difference, potentially if they end up in a head-to-head with somebody for third place, it would help if Switzerland go on and score another 3?
Yeah, I think the latter, to be honest with you, Vicky. I think what Scotland fans will be wanting now is for the scoreline to stay like this, or Switzerland to score more goals, because that puts Scotland and Hungary in the same position, knowing full well that if Hungary don't improve on this performance, it could be a tough night for them against Germany as well.
Here goes Varga, a little slip inside the area. Oh, he's missed it. Flags up anyway on the far side, but what an opportunity as Ricardo Rodriguez slipped for Switzerland. He's saying he was fouled. Play was initially allowed to continue. Barnabas Varga latches onto it, the Hungary striker, their joint top scorer in qualifying, and scoops it over the bar, one-on-one with Sommer. VAR would have had a look. It looks as though it wouldn't have counted anyway, but even if it's ruled out, as we saw earlier, Izzy, in the first half with Kwadwo Dewar, slots it home, ruled out for offside, then VAR overturn it. It's got to help your confidence as a striker, even if it's offside, even if you've committed a foul, at least put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, the finish was really, really poor from Varga. He should have scored, but obviously the referee's brought it back, and I'm not sure whether it was offside or a foul, but the contact on Rodriguez was minimal. But there was no conviction to the finish from Varga at all.
Well, Widmer is now furious for Switzerland. He's penalised for a high boot. Got to be careful here, Widmer. He's on a yellow card, and Kirkes is just putting his hand to his face just to check that there's no blood, which there isn't, and Hungary get things moving quickly. Hungary 0, Switzerland 2 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Hungary build down this right-hand side once again, and it's Boller, the substitute, lays it off to Szoboszlai, but is forced away. Good covering by Dan Ndoye. Szoboszlai will now work it out to this left-hand side, ball into the area. Oh, again, another huge chance for Hungary. Another huge chance for Barnabas Varga. At that time, the flag stayed down, and he's headed wide on the edge of the 6-yard box. What an opportunity. He was in a great position, and he hasn't taken it.
What a ball in from that left-hand side from Salai. The cross is perfect. The finish is not from Varga. He does everything right. He guides the ball back across the goalkeeper, but it's inches wide. It doesn't even touch the post. But that is the opportunity that Hungary needed to hit the back of the net to get them back in this game.
Well, he bagged 29 goals for the Hungarian champions Ferencváros this season. Golden Boot winner, Player of the Year in the Hungarian top flight for the 2nd year running. But you've got to be able to do it at the highest level on the biggest stage, and that is 2 huge chances in quick succession for Barnabas Varga, the Hungary striker, the number 19, and he has missed both of them. One of them might have been ruled out anyway. The flag went up, and the other, well, it would have stood. It would have given Hungary a Bayrou back into this game as cheers and whistles around the Cologne Stadium because Switzerland have a player down with cramp. He's being very sportingly helped out by the Hungary centre-half Attila Szolai. And it's Widmer who is now back up to his feet, and it's just giving Hungary's players the chance to come over to their manager Marco Rossi and get a few instructions from the bench. But it's better from Hungary. It is better.
It's way better. You can feel the atmosphere building. The Hungarian fans are going mad because they know they're close. They're close to putting the ball in the back of the net. But Szoboszlai's just complaining here to the fourth official and the referee that it was cramp by Widmer, the Switzerland defender, but he's actually signalling to the bench now for a substitution. And I was wondering, was there a little bit of a coincidence there with that and the momentum that Hungary have gathered? But absolutely not. He's signalled to the bench, he needs to come off.
Yeah, looking now from our position behind the Santa at Cologne Stadium to see movement on the bench, and it looks as though Zeki Amdouni at the moment, who is racing around, he's not going to play a right wing back, you would think. No, let's see if Widmer can continue as Hungary come forward over the halfway line with Bolle. He's made a difference since coming on at half time as they come forward once again. Here is Szolai, lays it off to Szoboszlai, delivery in, and the header this time is in! He needed 1, 2, 3 chances, Barnabas-Varga, but he's finally taken one, stooping to knock the ball home from close range, and Hungary do have a way back into this game against Switzerland. Midway through the second half, it's Hungary 1, Switzerland 2.
Yeah, and that's exactly what has been needed from Hungary. They slice through Switzerland, moving the ball from left to right. They've got numbers over on this left-hand side. And they just look, the run from Szoboszlai, he takes it wide, he shifts the ball and he just curls an absolute beautiful cross into the back post area where Vargas is waiting. He just anticipates it, he gets his body in and he dives, puts his head on it, it goes beyond Sommer. What a goal from Hungary, they're back in it.
Finally he takes the chance, Barnabas-Varga. And in the aftermath of that goal, Hungary in the ascendancy make a substitution. Adam Lodge has come off and Laszlo Kleinheisler has come on. Third Euros for him, equaling a Hungary, or setting a new Hungary record, I should say, by playing at 3 Euros. Adam Lodge has also racked that up as well, as has Orsila Fiola. But this is all about momentum in this game. That goal back from Varga, and maybe Scotland might see a draw in this game, which would leave Group A, other than Germany, here at the top after just one game, but very emphatically so, would leave it wide open. Remember, top 2 through to the knockout stages, and it's 4 of the 6 third place teams, the 4 best third place teams. So Switzerland are preparing a double change. You already mentioned Bernie Zeki Amdouni. He is preparing to come on, and he comes on for the man who replaced him in the starting lineup, Pradwo Dua. Just his second cap, got the opener. And is he, in terms of that decision, a lot of eyebrows were raised. Amdouni was their top scorer in qualifying Switzerland, but Dua is being roared by the Switzerland fans and celebrated by them because he has made his mark on this game, scoring the opener.
Yeah, he certainly has, and it's really clever from Yakin, the Switzerland coach, to change the striker. You quite often see that around the 60-70 minute mark, but
here you go, Hungary ball inside the area. Szolai trying to get the shot away. It's blocked and it's cleared away, but all of a sudden Switzerland looking a little bit ragged. They've had to make a double change. We said that Widmer had picked up an injury. He has been replaced by Leonidas Sturgiu, only his 4th cap, 22 years old. Broke into the starting lineup at Stuttgart in the Bundesliga towards the end of the season, earned himself a permanent deal. Captain Switzerland at the under-21 Euros, in fact, last summer. Now he's playing on the biggest stage of all And he comes on at a moment where Switzerland are just losing their way a little bit. They still lead by 2-1, but they've won a free kick just in front of their bench midway through the Hungary half. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, Salai, the left centre-back for Hungary, he's not had a particularly enjoyable afternoon, and he's just earned himself a yellow card there. It's Szoboszlai losing the ball quite easily, and Doi just starts to drift down the right wing, and Salai just gives him a shoulder barge straight into the Switzerland bench and says, "You're not coming past me."
So, free kick to Switzerland, midway through the Hungary half, and the referee, Slavko Vincic, Slovenia, is once again telling Switzerland exactly where to take this free kick from, and I don't think they'll mind taking a little bit more time over this, particularly if the referee is leading that and allowing them to do it. So, free kick, Vargas is over it for Switzerland. We lead by 2-1, but Hungary have been given real hope here in Cologne as Vargas swings it in. It's cleared away powerfully. The Kanji was up from the back for Switzerland, but Hungary make first contact and send it out to the left-hand side where it's picked up by Danon Doi. Ricardo Rodriguez then dinks it forwards, helped on by Fabian Schär, who's still up there from the set piece, but Hungary get the foot in and they launch it into the stands through Bendiger's bowler. But Izzy Christensen, this is more like the Hungary we expected to see in the first half. They absolutely did not turn up in the first half. They have turned up in the second, and that is why with 20 minutes to play on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, it's Hungary 1, Switzerland 2, and we have a game on our hands.
We certainly do. Hungary are just starting to get a grip now. And the success is coming from getting crosses into the box. The deliveries from Szoboszlai have been excellent.
Here comes Switzerland though, down the left-hand side. And Doi with the drive, deflection, takes it just over the bar. And it zips over the crossbar for a Switzerland corner. Well, he's switched over to the left-hand side now, Danon Doi, rather than the right. But he has been a real standout for Switzerland this afternoon, and he is causing that Hungary defence all sorts of issues.
Yeah, it's Viola that's gone into that centre-back position. And Doi just drifts out, runs in behind him, and that could have gone anyway. Drifts inside, fires a shot, and it deflects over the bar for a corner. But the Switzerland fans behind that goal are responding to this again. The atmosphere is just unbelievable tonight.
Yeah, they're waving those red and white flags, the red background with the thick white cross on it. They're waving behind the goal that Switzerland are attacking. Switzerland who have seen their lead halved. Can they restore that 2-goal buffer? Ruben Vargas is over to the far side to take this corner. He swings it in, it's deep, and the header is flicked just wide by Fabian Schär. Gave the Hungary defence the slip, and that was inches away from making it Hungary 1, Switzerland 3.
Yeah, the delivery from Vargas is really nice. Nice pace on the ball, and Schär just wins the header from Viola again, who's man marking him. He's got more power than him. He just heads it wide of the post, but that could have easily gone into the back of the net.
So Hungary in possession as they work it out from their own penalty area. Zeki Amdouni of Burnley through the centre, looking to close down. Switzerland look to close this game out, but it feels as though there'll be more twists and turns as Kyrgios whips the ball into the area. Very important claim that by Jan Sommer, because Varga was sliding in there and having already scored this goal to get Hungary back in it, having already missed a couple of huge chances before that. I'm going to put my house on it, Izzy, and say he wouldn't have missed that one. He had Sommer not got there.
He couldn't have missed that one. The ball from Kyrgios was almost inch perfect. And that was the first time we have seen Kyrgios advance down that left-hand side, and the quality that he demonstrated on that. He sort of fizzed the ball across. It was a little bit like technique that Luke Shaw's got in the way that he fizzes the ball across the 6-yard line.
Foyler dispossessed on the halfway line, and the ball goes out of play. The Switzerland throw got a little nick on the way through, and Switzerland have another player down over on the far side. And though it's blazing sunshine here in Cologne, I think perhaps some of the gamesmanship is, some of the dark arts are coming out. But to be fair, Vargas gets up quickly. He's told by the referee just to move off. And indeed, that substitution is being made, and it's another attacking one, although it's an attacking player for an attacking player. Vargas off, and Brel and Bolo is coming on. Now, he's been struggling with a knock. He's very experienced, the Switzerland's striker. This is 64th cap. Scored a couple of games at the World Cup in 2022 where Switzerland, again as they have done at the last 5 major tournaments, did get to the knockout stages. They were then absolutely thrashed by Portugal, which is another reason why there was a bit of pressure more at Yakin coming into this game, although they were missing several players through illness for that game, and other players were struggling with it as well. But still, it was a humbling, it was a humiliation. No such humiliation against Hungary here, but it's tight now, it's tense, and both sides are throwing the kitchen sink at it still as Hungary have the ball midway through their own half. There is no thought whatsoever from Switzerland, is there, Izzy, of shutting up shop and trying to close this out at 2-1.
No, and it's quite often seen teams, when the opponent has a little bit of momentum, they try things to, suck the momentum out of them, but Switzerland are kind of doing the opposite. They're actually using the noise in the stadium to try and attack and get that third goal. They're leaving themselves open at the same time.
Rodriguez sends it forward looking for Mbolo. It's held back to Peter Gulacsi, the Hungary goalkeeper, who does well to clear, but Switzerland have picked it up again. Here is Mbolo, 25 yards out, a little bit of space on the edge of the penalty area now for Dan N'Doye, trying to squeeze it through. Zeki Amdouni tries to latch onto it in the box, and Gulacsi comes out really quickly there and gathers on the edge of his 6-yard box. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2 on 5 live on BBC Sounds. 15 minutes plus out of time to play.
Yeah, big impact already from Mbolo for Switzerland. He tried a really neat little pass in behind, and it was the half-time substitute for Hungary, Bolla, who just got his body in between player and goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper came and mopped up, but that was an important challenge from him.
Here's Mbolo going again down in the penalty area, slip, not even really half-hearted appeals from the Switzerland fans behind that goal. That wall of red and white, let alone Mbolo, and Hungary bring the ball away. On the right hand side in the sunshine, that slice of shade now covering half the pitch here in Cologne, as Gulacsi plays the ball out, the Hungary goalkeeper. Hungary, who are competing at their 3rd Euros in a row, is too much on that, looking for Roland Scholler, and it's all the way through with Jan Sommer. They went 44 years without qualifying for a Euros, Hungary, till this 3 in a row, starting with Euro 2016, 30 years without qualifying for a major tournament, World Cup or Euros, until 2016, but they've been on the up since then, and they've intercepted the ball just inside their own half, and now they break down the left-hand side with Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth approaching the penalty area. Kerkez with the delivery, it's over the head of Varga, it's cleared away by Switzerland, but now Fiola steps up from centre half from that back 3 as Hungary looks to fashion something down this right-hand side. They have the white shirts in the penalty area. The looping crosses over the head of Szoboszlai, bounces out of the area. Now on this left-hand side with Kerkez, he's up against N'Doye, tangling with N'Doye, and the whistle eventually goes as Szoboszlai came over. Well, that's one of those where it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. The free kick has gone the way of Switzerland. Kerkez and N'Doye help each other up, and Switzerland have a free kick deep in their own territory. Switzerland still lead by 2 goals to 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds.
Yeah, Kerkez is the one that concedes the foul, but Hungary do really well to work the ball on the right-hand side. The cross comes in from the right, it's overhit to the back post, and I was looking at Kerkez's position and going, if you just run 10 more metres into the box, you could be on the end of that. And instead he's ended up conceding the foul off the second phase, and those are the little bits of belief that Hungary need to find quickly in order to get an equaliser in this game.
Whistle's gone for a free kick to Hungary. Andras Schaefer has gone down 1/3 of the way inside his own half. They're preparing another change, Hungary. Martin Dardai of Hertha Berlin, the German second tier, is preparing to come on. He made his debut in March against Turkey, 22 years old. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. As Hungary play the ball down the right-hand side, it's a good run by Bolla, right-hand side of the penalty area. He's too strong for Aebischer, but Aebischer does well in terms of shepherding him without the ball, forces him out of the box. Now Schaefer will pick it up for Hungary. Fiola whips the ball in, it's headed away by Akanji for Switzerland, up towards Mbolo, midway through the Switzerland half, and now Granit Xhaka very calmly brings it down, sends it to N'Doye, just a little slow there. N'Doye didn't realise the challenge was coming in, and Hungary have it once more with Solai. Izzy Christiansen.
Yeah, all of a sudden Switzerland just cannot keep the ball, and that man Xhaka's getting frustrated. He's starting to chase and press and leave a little late one, and this is where Xhaka has to keep his head, because Hungary are gathering some momentum.
Schaefer goes down, gets straight back up. He's tussling with Granit Xhaka, and the throw goes the way of Hungary, and Xhaka is not happy. He's picked up the ball on the far side. Now he's walking over to the assistant, and now, with a little bit of encouragement from his teammate Michel Aebischer, he drops the ball and allows the throw to be taken by Hungary, although he is still having a bit of a go at the assistant. So, double change then for Hungary. Kerkez is off, and their striker Martin Adam is on. And the second change sees Martin Dardai come on for Attila Solai, who was on a yellow card. So that's a defensive change for a defensive change. And Kerkez being replaced by a more attacking player. Martin Adam. Hungary have to go for it.
Yeah, and they've changed their shape. Vicky, they've gone with two strikers up now. The substitute Martin Adams on alongside Vargas, just occupying the two centre-backs, Cher and Akanji. And Cher's just gone down there, doesn't look too comfortable at all.
No, he's gone down immediately. He was grabbing his knee, and now he's just rolled his hand down, and he's just holding the back of his calf. It was initially the front of his shin. And the medical staff are on, so a little stoppage in play. Might have a problem here with his Shine Ben Schona. There we go, that's 5 Live Breakfast Deutsch Waterbook.
There we go. Am I meant to translate that, or do we
Absolutely
let the
not,
listeners
that's
do that?
cheating. That is cheating. If you listen to 5 Live Breakfast, we're teaching you a new German word of the day. So what is a Shine Ben Schona? If you want to hear the answer, you can listen to the Football Daily podcast on BBC Sounds. But fortunately for Switzerland, Fabian Schär is up quickly, just kicking that right leg back as he tests it as he walks off and prepares to come back on. I have to say, well, we had dinner yesterday in Cologne. They had a napkin which taught you German phrases, which I loved. So it has the English phrase and then the German phrase. I think I might try and learn a word of German every day. As Akanji is in pursuit here of Adam, but he can't get there. Adam's ball into the area, brilliantly headed away by Ricardo Rodriguez, but Switzerland are under the cosh here as Hungary look for this late equaliser. They've won the ball back just outside the penalty area. Here is Sholoi. Oh, lovely little nutmeg. Plays the ball into the area, headed up by Rodriguez. Hungary still trying to latch onto it. Miscue on the edge of the box as Switzerland try and bring it away. Viola now takes charge, and it's thumped away at the back by Switzerland. And the player who's just come on, Sturgiu, but they are really having to withstand some waves of white-shirted pressure here from Hungary as Cher back on the pitch clears the ball away for Switzerland. And for all they look so comfortable in the first half, this second half, particularly this last 20 minutes, is a different story. As Mbola wins it back for Switzerland on the halfway line, and Doi trying to escape the attentions of Szoboszlai and does so. Mbola will let it run in the centre of the park for Xhaka, and Switzerland now through Freuler just slow the play down. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2, 8 minutes plus out of time to play here in Scotland's Group A on BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Izzy Christensen.
We're in for a proper 8 minutes plus added time, I'll tell you that. The intensity of this match, the tackles are flying in. Both teams are going for it, they're trying to find that next goal. And if it goes Hungary's way, which it looks more likely to at the moment, those Hungarian fans are going to go absolutely mental.
Oh, space here for Danendoy into the area, took the shot early, and that is a absolutely brilliant sliding block by Hungary. Martin Dardai it was who slid in. Great run by Danendoy, looked as though he got him behind. He essentially has, but he takes the touch. Probably the right decision to do so. And Martin Dardai races in and makes the block. I think the flag has gone up anyway because it's a Hungary goal kick, or free kick I should say, inside their own penalty area. But that was some outstanding defending there, Izzy.
Yeah, it really was. And Hungary have just pinned them right back. Here we go.
Here go Hungary, and it's Sholai racing towards the area, midway through the Switzerland half, and all of a sudden Switzerland look a bit at 6s and 7s at the back as the ball in is headed away powerfully by Akanji. Good header by the Manchester City man out of the penalty area, goes out of play for a Hungary throw. Quickly to the Super League, Richard Steads.
Yeah, we've played 35 minutes here between Hull FC and Leeds Rhinos. No real chances, a disallowed try, but in all honesty, it's been awful, or schrecklich, as I believe you'd say in Cologne, Vicky. No score here, 35 minutes gone.
Very good, I'll take your word for it. My German is not up to scratch. What a cracker we have here at UEFA Euro 2024 in Group A. 7 minutes plus out of time to play. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2, here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Hungary in possession, just inside their own half, ball over the halfway line. Well defended by Newcastle's Fabian Schär, chests the ball down, and then Ndoye's done well there. Knew the challenge was coming in from Martin Dardai. Wins the free kick, knew the contact was there, and Switzerland now in. I was going to say, is this about game management? But we've seen so little of that because both sides, of course Hungary trying to get the equaliser, but also Switzerland trying to seal the win and restore the 2-goal buffer. I mean, there doesn't seem to be any game management from a defensive perspective at all, which is surprising actually, because often Switzerland are criticised for not being attacking enough.
Yeah, there's not been game management yet. I don't know why there'd start being some now, but that was a silly challenge from Dardai, the Hungarian substitute that just came on straight through the back of Ndoye, who's now signalling down injured, you know, as plays continued.
Switzerland in possession, here is Mbolo, and now finally Sergiu will play it out. Well, as Izzy says, Dan Ndoye is down. Switzerland preparing to make a double change. They might have to just shuffle who they're going to take off here. He's immediately helped up Dan Ndoye by Remo Freuler. I think he's alright. He's limping a little bit, but just a word on his performance, Izzy, this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. He's been a real threat. That role is quite interesting to play in that system, 3-4-3, a sort of a inside forward, if you like. You're not a conventional winger, as we all know, that hugs the touchline and whips crosses in. You have to be smart, you have to be intelligent, and he's played that role really well, and he'll be, you know, happy with his performance, and so will his manager.
So he has been replaced, Dan Ndoye, by Fabian Rieder. Plays his football in Ligue 1 for Rennes. He hasn't really played that regularly this season. Had a bit of an injury issue as well. Vincent Sierra, the Toulouse captain, who featured in that surprise 3-2 victory over Liverpool in the Europa League this season, is on for Nottingham Forest's Remo Freuler. So Hungary with a free kick, third of the way inside their own half. 4 minutes plus added time to play. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2 in Group A at the Euros on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Szoboszlai sprays the ball out to the right hand side from that set piece. Hungary keeping it alive just outside the penalty area. Won't fall though for Scholai. Switzerland struggling to clear and almost then did fall for Scholai inside the box. That's brilliant covering defending by Fabian Schär. Wins the header, brings the ball out of the penalty area and clears out for a Hungary throw, which they've taken already. The frenetic nature of this game, not just in the last few minutes, but in the last 20-25 minutes or so. We've had a cracker in Cologne. Is there to be more late drama? Hungary knocked the ball down on the edge of the area. Scholai tried to get the shot away. Switzerland get a foot in and should be able to clear and do now. And Burnley Zeki Amdouni is onto this over the halfway line, roared on by that red and white wall behind the goal. Little ricochet. It's going to be a yellow card. And Zeki Amdouni is down. And it's Bola, I think he's gone into the book for making that challenge. Now it's one of these where if Amdouni can squeeze it through to Brelon Bola, he was in, might well have been offside. In fact, it's Viola who steps up there and has gone into the book. Yeah, it looks like for Hungary.
The Switzerland bench absolutely love it, because the ricochet that's come off Amdouni has gone into the path of, I think it was Rieder on the right hand side, and he was through on goal, 1-on-1. But the referee brought it back for the foul, and that again is just kind of taken the intensity out of the game.
Yeah, it could have gone Switzerland's way there. It would have been interesting to see whether they viewed it as a deliberate play and whether there was an offside in there as well. But certainly, as Izzy says, the Switzerland bench are absolutely fuming. A yellow card has been brandished towards that bench. It looks as though towards the manager who's still out there, Murat Yakin. And that yellow card was for Fiora as we get confirmation up in the stands here that Yakin was booked, so it was the Switzerland manager and the Hungary defender Attila Fiola who've gone into the book. It's all happening here in Cologne, but it is still Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. And Switzerland have a free kick now midway inside the Hungary half, and they play it to Ricardo Rodriguez. 90 seconds plus added time to play as the ball is 25 yards out. Shot is deflected behind, and it will be the Switzerland corner. This is exactly what their fans behind the goal want to see, as those red and white flags emblazoned with the white crosses began to wave again. So Switzerland with this corner away to our right hand side. What a start to an afternoon and evening of Euros action it's been here on 5 Live. Spain against Croatia coming up at 5 from Berlin, and then join us at 8 for Italy against Albania. Here in Cologne, Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. Switzerland with the corner. Oh, it's almost an own goal. What a brilliant reaction save from Peter Gulacsi as the run was made at the near post. Super delivery by Switzerland from Rieder, and Gulacsi has to respond so quickly.
Yeah, the delivery was brilliant, and it was the run across the face of the front post by Granit Xhaka, and it's his counterpart number 10, Szoboszlai, marking him, and it almost comes off his back into the back of the net, but Gulacsi, like you say, Vicky, great save.
Another Switzerland corner. That's not such a good delivery, and Szoboszlai will clear up towards halfway. Well, there'll be plenty of bones to be picked out of this Hungary performance, but I think one question that's been emphatically answered is that Peter Gulacsi, 34-year-old, number 1 for so long, since 2016, but really battling with Dennis de Boos coming into this tournament for that number 1 shirt. He certainly deserves his place going forward. 5 minutes of added time here in Cologne. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2, and it's Hungary on the move with Fiola down the right-hand side. Boller's delivery is straight into Abisha, goes out for a Hungary throw. Izzy Christensen.
Yeah, this is massive now for Hungary. They've got to use this. They've got to throw in deep in the attacking third. What can they make of it? They need to get the ball in the box, and can they work it? Not like that.
And Bola's stolen it on the halfway line, and Switzerland are sweeping forward now with a counter-attack. This is how Ireland did for Hungary in the build-up. Can they do so now? Rieder round the goalkeeper. The angle is so tight, pulls it back across and cleared away off the goal line. He was almost on the byline when he took that shot, Rieder. Again, it's another chance that goes begging for Switzerland. It's out for a Switzerland throw midway through the Hungary half. Will they be made to pay?
That's just incredible. It's Rieder, the substitute, running on to the end of the pass from the counter-attack, and he just takes it wide, but he gets Switzerland up the par. That should have been in the back of the net though.
Switzerland still putting on the pressure. Here is Sierra, taken off the toes of Granit Xhaka. Lovely little back heel to try and keep it in over on the far side by Abisha, but he hasn't been able to do so, and Hungary have the throw as their manager Marco Rossi watches on. It's flicked forwards by Martin Adam for Hungary, but Varga, who got them back into this game, has lost out, and Akanji dinks it forward, and here you go, Switzerland once again. It's taken away from Bernie Zeki Amdouni, then a good challenge by Fiola on the edge of the penalty area. He looks absolutely shattered, Attila Fiola, the 34-year-old. They're having to dig so deep here, Hungary, to try and stay in this game. We have 3 minutes of added time left to play. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. Hungary with a free kick just in front of the Switzerland bench.
Yeah, it's been so frantic, this match. It's been superb to watch in terms of end-to-end. A game that goals have provided quality, but in the whole hasn't provided much quality, and Hungary have got another opportunity here to launch the ball from deep.
Here goes Szoboszlai, does just that, the Liverpool man, but it's ahead of Martin Adam, and you can hear the groans around the Cologne Stadium from those Hungary fans in the green, white and red away to our left as Jan Sommer, the Switzerland goalkeeper, claims the ball, and it is still with 2.5 minutes to play. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. Sommer launches it long, but that's a poor header, and Bolo is managing to dig the keeper. What a goal! Brelin Bolo seals the victory for Switzerland. Hungary undone. Their valiant efforts to find this equaliser in tatters, and Brelin Bolo off the bench makes sure that Switzerland will
He lifts the ball over the outcoming goalkeeper and seals the deal for Switzerland.
Yeah, as he was running through, I thought he'd lost his boot initially, but yes, it's something. It's some sort of strapping or headband, as Izzy says, that has slipped off, potentially a knee support that has slipped down his leg, and that is what makes that goal so good, because he's basically managed to stop himself getting tangled up in it, and he has dinked it over Peter Kulacic. It's a great finish, and now we're just seeing a close-up of this knee support that is lying on the pitch outside the penalty area, but pure focus from Mbolo.
Can't have been that supportive if it's coming off that easily. He must have been running so quickly. He's just trotting over to get it now, but he just capitalises on the mistake from Fiolo at the back. It's come from route one from the goalkeeper Sommer, who's just launching the ball up just to gain territory for Switzerland. Little did Mbolo know that he was about to score, and the finish was superb, and the fans and the players and the bench all ran towards that corner on our right hand side to celebrate, because they know they've got the points now.
And Hungary will get us underway, but time is almost up. We played the minimum 5 minutes. There'll be a little bit more after that goal celebration, and for Mbolo to decide what he's going to do with that knee support that he left on the pitch. Here come Hungary down the left hand side. Shalloy's ball to the edge of the area, but it's the Switzerland fans who are making noise now, and Mbolo could be in behind again. Are they finishing with a flourish and a fourth here in Cologne? Mbolo into the area, slides it across, it's just ahead of Antunes, and the ooh of disappointment can be heard all around this stadium, because Antunes, had he latched onto it, had that ball been a little bit more precise, he would have had a tap in. Ball goes out of play for a Switzerland throw. But again, Mbolo, what a difference he's made off the bench.
Yeah, just Hungary now playing a high line because they need to get bodies up the pitch, but Mbolo just completely destroying the space in behind, running into it. And I think he had too many options there to pick out, and he picked out the wrong one in the end. But Switzerland are cruising now, the fans are going mental.
Yeah, bits are bouncing all of red and white behind the goal away to our riders, and Mbolo is dispossessed by Fiona down by the corner flag. Rodriguez getting forward now, and here is Granit Xhaka. They want another goal, Switzerland. They've got the 3 points. They know those are safe, but they want to try and find this fourth as the ball is all the way back with the Kanji, and now they will slow it down. Fabian Schär will play it out to the right hand side, and here is Sturgiu. Switzerland looks to pick it up once more. It's kept in by Sierro. Plays it forward. Hungary clear away, but there are tired legs out there now. They gave it such a good go in this second half, Hungary, as Szoboszlai takes the throw quickly. They know goal difference could play a part here, and they're looking to get a goal back, Hungary, as we continue to play on. We've played 90 seconds more than the minimum 5 added on. Of course, there has been a goal in that time, which ate up some more time. Szoboszlai has it midway through the Switzerland half, out to the left hand side, receives it back now, the Liverpool man, and sends it back into the centre circle. But again, it's the Swiss voices raised around Cologne Stadium, and now it's the Swiss voices that cheer and roar, because Switzerland have started their campaign at these Euros with a 3-1 victory over Hungary. Izzy Christiansen, they had to work for it in the second half, but that chip in added time from Bell and Mbolo secured the points in a delightfully delicate fashion.
Yeah, superb first half display from Switzerland, and in the second half they knew there was going to be a response from Hungary, and they rode their luck at times, Switzerland, but in the end too much quality from that Swiss camp, and Hungary will be left wanting more, but knowing that they weren't quite good enough to get it. But what a start to this group to follow on from last night.
Absolutely, and when it comes to Hungary, Izzy, I mean, you touched on it there, Switzerland were brilliant in the first half, but Hungary were atrocious. And is that the main reflection that their manager Marco Rossi and these players will have as they head on to easy fixture next, Germany in Stuttgart on Wednesday? That they just, you cannot afford at this level, at this tournament, to have a half like they did, where they just didn't turn up.
Yeah, they can't at all, and that could define their tournament. And we always spoke about the talent in this Hungarian team, and we're just seeing pictures on the TV screens of the manager, Marco Rossi. He's just left wondering what he could have done better, because they know exactly how Germany performed last night against Scotland. It's not going to be easy. They're going to have to find much better ways of defending. So that was what let them down this afternoon. Their defensive structure was all over the place. So they've got to find it from somewhere, dig deep, and put together a much better performance against Germany.
Well, speaking of Scotland, their next match is here in Cologne against Switzerland, Wednesday the 19th of June, 8 o'clock UK time. You will be able to hear full commentary, of course, on 5 Live and BBC Sound. Thinking about this Switzerland performance, Izzy, what would you say are the main things that Scotland are going to have to combat when these sides meet back here at Cologne Stadium?
You've got to stop Granit Xhaka playing. You've got to stop him playing. He's a metronome in the middle for Switzerland. Everything good comes through him, and I know it's easier said than done. You put a player on him and it opens up spaces other places, but you've got to be so disciplined. And I think for Scotland, you've got your own player in there who can play, and Billy Gilmore. Get him on the pitch, get him ticking, get him the ball moving, and get John McGinn in the game. But from Scotland's perspective, that Switzerland team are going to be high in confidence. They've got to find a way to stop them.
Well, both sets of players are now going to opposite ends of the pitch to take the acclaim of their fans. Hungary away to our left, they stand, many of them with their arms clasped behind their back as the Hungarian supporters raise those red, white and green scarves in the air. They know that their side can play better, so much better than they did in the first half, but they know that they gave Switzerland a game in the second, and were it not for a bit of wastefulness by Varga, they could well have made it 2-2. But now the Switzerland players break away from their supporters as the red and white flags wave behind the goal to our right. Switzerland it is who have responded to Germany's thumping of Scotland yesterday. They moved level on points with Germany at the top of Group A. Plenty of food for thought for Steve Clarke and Scotland as they prepare to face Switzerland next